What up? I'm Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer. I'm back with another video tutorial. We are continuing now. We are in the back end. Obviously, this is still the beginning. Interesting and tough stuff is coming, but we are taking the baby step. I'm happy that we have made this far. So in the previous video, what we did, we've just started a session. We said a session is just is the one that allows us to use session variables that are available globally. If you might want more knowledge about PHP, please visit my coding channel and just click in this playlist. Okay, so we are done with those. We have just checked if the session is set. Then if the session is set, you echo the dashboard. If the session is not set, and then you echo you load the login. Okay, so now let's say someone is visiting this page for the first time. Obviously, we are going to start a session, and then we need to check which file are we loading. So meaning that if the session is set, that will mean we have to load a dashboard. But if the session is not set, we have to load the UI, which is we have to load the login page. So what you are going to do, it's not a good programming practice to use the nested if, or even to use the else. You can use the if, but you must not use the else. It's not a good programming practice. When you don't have a choice, you can, but if you have a choice, you must not do that. So since we have a choice of doing something else, what we are going to do, we are going to say if, which is we can just copy this and break that else with two if statements. So we are going to ask if not is set. I hope this you will understand. This one is asking if the session is set username, that means somebody has logged in, load a dashboard. If not is set, this thing stands for not is set, that means you are not logged in. Then we must load the login. Okay, I hope you understand this one. If not is set, that means here we are saying you are not logged in. Let me say not logged in. Okay, you are not logged in, and then here we are going to say logged in. Okay, that's what this means. Okay, so what we are going to do now, let's just come here and go to our settings so that we can refresh the cookies, so that we can start a new session, or a new session could start automatically, because now we are still running on an old session. As you can see, it's saying load the dashboard. How do you load the dashboard? Whereas it's like we think that it's our first time. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to erase the cookies so that we can start a new session. Okay, let me just refresh here and see. Okay, let me just come here and see. Okay, if this changed, as you can see that we have restarted a session. So now the system at this entry script is checking, are you logged in or not logged in? So meaning that the system assumes that we are not logged in, because the session variable is not started yet. Okay, I'm happy with this. This is something. Let's replace this login with the actual login file, which is with this actual login HTML file. Okay, so what we are going to do is, if you are logged in Then let's include. We're going to use the include in PHP. Let's include once. Include once. Let me just check. Okay, include underscore once. Let's include once. What are we including once? Okay, we are including once this file. Okay, this file. Okay, what we are including once, it's an HTML file. So let's just include it and see what's going to happen. Okay, so that we can change it from there. We are inside PHP, and then we're including an HTML file. Let's just include it and see. Include once. Okay, this is where we are. Okay, let me first do this before. In views, let me just have a test.php. Okay, in views I have a test.php file, and then I'm just going to open a PHP tag and close it, and then I'm going to say echo. Okay, echo login test page. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, I'm going to include this PHP file, the one that is going to help us to quickly see if we can get there. Okay, so where we are here by default. Okay, so another thing that I'm going to introduce here, it's using the root folder. So how do you access the root folder? Let me just say, this is how I will go about it. Root folder is equal to server server document underscore root. Okay, for now let me just echo this root so that you can see what's inside it. Okay, echo root. Sorry for that. Undo. Okay, there's no need for us to echo root. Okay, now I'm starting a session. That's not a problem. Even if I haven't started a session, this can still work. Okay, so I'm starting I'm assigning this information to this root. What root is a file path to this SMS. So whenever you want to access any folder here, this is my personal preference. I don't jump up and down my folders, meaning that, let's say if I'm here and I want to go to this folder, I can jump up twice and then access this folder. When I'm here, I can jump out of this file and access the other one. So I don't do that. What I do, I always start from the root and access the file that I want. Why must I do that? What if maybe this folder name has changed, or maybe this folder name has changed? Then I will know that I can come and change this SMS instead. So it helps me to make my life easier. So what I'm gonna do, let me just display this echo here so that we can see what is inside the root. Okay, you just ignore this. Let's just look at this root. As you can see, this is the root folder, XAMPP 2023 and HTTP docs. So it goes to the root server folder, and then from that root server folder, if we want, we can go to SMS, which is this SMS, and then from then we go to this view, and then from this view we get this test. So let's do that. sorry, let's go back. Okay, so obviously we always start a session in the beginning, and then let's assign the root folder. Now we've got the root path. We are going to take this root path and says include the root path plus, this is what you do when you are concatenating in PHP, when you are adding two strings together, plus what we want from here, we want SMS also, plus what we want inside SMS, we want view. Sorry, this is not view, we want view, plus what else, plus test dot php. So we are saying if you are logged in already, if you are not logged in, okay, if you are not logged in, let's load this test file. Let's see if that's going to happen. As you can see, okay, let's see. Okay, let me remove this because here we were echoing that root folder. Okay, now it's giving us some challenges. Okay, login test page. Do you see that the system has tested if is the session name set, not set? Yes. If it's not set, that means you don't deserve to log into, you don't deserve to go to the dashboard. You must go to the login test page. So as you can see, this is the login test page that it's including. Okay, so now what we want to do, if we look at our HTML page, as you can see, now our HTML page is not a fraction. As you can see, this is the whole HTML document. This is the whole HTML document. Do we mean by this, whenever we want to load a dashboard, we are also going to load it as an HTML document, a full HTML document with all these scripts that are linked, meaning that when we also have another view here, also another view will come with this full HTML document. As you can see, there is something wrong here because this page is one HTML document. So if you want to load the other, there is no need that you load the other HTML document and also type the other HTML document. It will mean that whenever you are doing that, you will always be loading these scripts. You are going to load JavaScript, load the login, and also when you are loading another file, let's say dashboard, then the dashboard will come with its own JavaScript and CSS file. This is wrong. In the next video, we are going to clean things up. I hope you get where I'm trying to go. Obviously, the reason why I'm taking this route, I want you to understand the fundamentals of object-oriented programming and also the necessary steps that you take in doing things right, in getting a code that is maintainable, so that we cannot have technical debt. A technical debt is something wrong that you did intentionally because maybe you were lazy or you did something, and then it will come back and bite you 3 months or 6 months or even a year later because you owe it to that program to fix that. So now we are still in the preparation phase. Please make sure that you continue and understand. If there's something that you really don't understand, maybe I didn't explain it very well, shoot a comment below. Otherwise, for me, Matthew Msengati, thank you so much for making this far. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much because I know you will. See you on the next one.